Chapter 27. He didn't know who he had offended. Qin Yue hugged Jianran tightly and gently stroked her back with his large and thick palm. Sorry, I'm late. Jianran did not expect Qin Yue to appear here at this time. Her nose suddenly felt a little sour, and tears almost flowed out of her eyes. But she did not want to show her weakness. She looked up at him and smiled. Didn't you say you will be back tomorrow? Why did you come back early? Qin Yue saw how she pretended to be strong, but he did not say it out loud. He only hugged her even tighter. I came to pick you up and bring you home. Jianran pushed him and looked up. I hurt someone. I can't go back with you now. Go back first. I will be fine. Jianran was quite familiar with Gu Nanjing's character. After locking her up for 2 days, his anger disappeared. If Qin Yue took her away at this time, it would be equivalent to slapping Gu Nanjing's face. Then the consequences of this matter would be very serious. Qin Yue had just assumed the position of Innovation Technology CEO. His position needed to be consolidated. If Gu Nanjing came out to cause trouble, Qin Yue's future might be ruined because of this. Jianran felt that this matter was her personal grudge. She did not want to involve Qin Yue, who knew nothing about it. Seeing Qin Yue's gloomy face, Jianran pushed him and said, Qin Yue, I am really fine. You should leave quickly. Qin Yue stared at Jianran with a cold expression and asked in a deep voice, Jianran, do you know what the word husband means? Perhaps in Jianran's eyes, the word husband was just a name on her marriage certificate, but to Qin Yue, the word husband was his responsibility for the rest of his life. I know you are my husband. Jianran did not have the mood to think about what Qin Yue wanted to say. She was only worried that it would implicate him. She pushed him away. Qin Yue, listen to me once, otherwise something will happen to you. Qin Yue narrowed his eyes under the golden frame. He did not speak anymore. He lifted Jianran by the waist and turned around to leave. The middle-aged man immediately followed him. Boss Qin, this is a misunderstanding. If you need me for anything, just tell me. Qin Yue said without turning his head. Chief Chen, thank you for helping me so much tonight. I'll treat you to dinner another day. Qin Yue's words were so polite. However, the man called Chief Chen was trembling with fear. Cold sweat was dripping from his forehead, and his steps were a little panicked. He said, Boss Qin, I will give you a satisfactory explanation for what happened this time. Qin Yue did not answer. He carried Jianran and walked towards the car parked at the gate. Seeing Qin Yue carry Jianran into the car, the middle-aged man's face immediately changed. He was so angry that he picked up a chair and threw it on the wall. Call all the people related to this matter over here. No one can escape responsibility. The guard did not understand and mustered up his courage to ask. Chief Chen, that woman offended young Master Gu of Gu family. How are we going to explain it to young Master Gu if we let him take her away like this? The guard had just finished his words when he received a huge slap on his face. The middle-aged man scolded with red eyes. Gu family? Compared to that man, Gu family was nothing. Young Master Gu had no idea who he had offended. In the VIP ward of the First People's Hospital of Jianbei City. After Gu Nanjing heard Li Gang's report, he threw the document in his hand onto Li Gang's face. Li Gang was so scared that he lowered his head. He said in a low voice, Young Master Gu, Chen Sheng personally brought people to pick him up. Our people can't stop him. Chen Sheng personally brought his men to pick him up? Who is it? Gu Nanjing clenched his fist and his eyes revealed a fierce light. Because Chen Sheng was in charge of the entire Jianbei, he had never put the Gu family in his eyes. This time, he actually went to fetch someone personally for the leader of a small company like the Innovation Technology. Gu Nanjing could not help but suspect that there was something strange about this. Li Gang said in a trembling voice. This Qin. Before he could finish his words, Gu Nanjing caught the point. You said it was Qin? Was it Liu Qin from the Shengtian? Li Gang immediately added. No, his name was Qin Yue. He was just a small Innovation Technology named CEO. He had just taken office last month. He had previously run some business overseas, but he did not find out what kind of powerful force was behind it. Hearing that this Qin had nothing to do with Shengtian, Gu Nanjing was so angry that he removed the needle in his hand and threw the rack out. He sneered and said, A small Innovation Technology CEO wants to go against me. I want him to not even know how he died. Li Gang said carefully, Young Master Gu, you still have injuries on your head. You can't get angry. The Innovation Technology can't run away. If you want to punish that Qin brat, don't be in a hurry. You're right. It's easier for me to deal with that Qin than pinching an ant to death. Gu Nanjing raised his eyebrows and said proudly, Then I'll play with him. Li Gang said again, Young Master, I will go and send the message. The operation of the Innovation Technology is against the rules. All subsidiaries of Gu family and Gu family will stop all cooperation projects with them. Gu Nanjing nodded. Do a good job. Don't let anyone find any loopholes. Li Gang said, Yes, I will do it right away. Li Gang, Gu Nanjing stopped him again. How are things going with the Shengtian? When mentioning the Shengtian, Li Gang looked embarrassed. The Liu Qin of Shengtian has always been very mysterious. No one knows his whereabouts. I heard that he is in the Jianbei, but no one has any concrete evidence. Gu Nanjing rubbed his injured forehead. His anger had been reduced by more than half. Ask your men to investigate him. We must find out his exact whereabouts. If we don't see him this time, I won't be able to explain to old master. Gu family and Ye's were the top companies in the country, but the Shengqin group in the Qin family was one of the top companies in the world. The Qin family was the one who stood at the top of the pyramid. The Gu family's business had not improved in the past 2 years. If they wanted to continue to expand, their only way out was to find the Qin family. The Gu family had been trying to contact Qin family for the past 2 years. They had been tracking him overseas and within the country, but they had still not seen him. 2 months ago, it was rumored that the leader of the Shengtian, Liu Qin, wanted to return to the country and develop. His first choice was to return to Jianbei city, which was currently flourishing. When this news came out, many merchants gathered in the Jianbei. They all wanted to see Liu Qin. If they could make him work with them, then they wouldn't have to worry about earning money.